guys, it's Mousie, and welcome to a brand new Sims challenge! Hey! In lieu of our other challenges ending, one of them just recently ended, and you know the other one is about to end pretty soon. Not the 100 Baby Challenge, but the other one. I can't remember the name right now, but it's coming to a close soon, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, in lieu of that, I decided to start up a brand new challenge. A lot of you guys were suggesting the Legacy Challenge, and that is what we are doing! We are going to be doing the Legacy Challenge! I'm pretty excited for this. I've looked through the rules ever so briefly, and yeah, we're gonna just go through it, and, you know, I'll go through the rules as we go. I'll link everything down below, all the, like, the rules that I'm using. It has its own website even, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. But those are the rules that I'll be following for the most part, and as we go along, I'll kind of go through how this challenge will work in this first episode. Woo! I'm so excited. So, for this challenge, I've been working on this sim called Venus Nebula. She's a cutie, isn't she? I know. I'm still, you know, working on her look and just overall cuteness. I'm loving it so far. I just kind of want to make these lips a little bit bigger. That looks a bit nicer. Let me just pull these in a little bit. And, yeah, maybe not. Oh. Yikes. Yikes. So, you know, I'll just stop messing with it. It's okay. So yeah, this is Venus Nebula. I had a really hard time coming up with the last name because, as you guys know, if you've heard of this challenge, this name will stay with every generation from here on. Like, the entire challenge, like, there's supposed to be like 10 generations if I remember correctly. Yeah, they are meant to keep this name for pretty much ever, and I wanted it to be a good one, and it was so much pressure. I just started like using a random name generator, and Nebula came up, and I was like, oh, what if we did a cool space theme? That would be fun. Now, I know having them be aliens would make so much sense in the world, but I didn't really feel like making her an alien. Like, I already had like most of the sim made, and I was really liking it, so yeah, we'll just keep it space themed, but maybe not, you know? That sort of dealio. Now, I haven't finished making her outfits quite yet, but I figured we could go through it as we go along. It just feels like her lip's too thin. I don't like it. Come on, can we just pucker up just a little bit? Can't we? Can't we come to, like, some kind of understanding, please? Please? We're just gonna have to roll with it. I can't. So that's the formal. Okay, let's just quickly go through this. It doesn't need to be, like, too perfect, of course. We're just looking to get, like, the basics down and get her ready to go in this life. It'll be a great time. Not feeling those gym shoes, though. What is this party outfit? Oh my gosh, get rid of the hat right this second. Let's go ahead and at least get her makeup done, but oh my goodness, girl, what are you doing? What is this? Oh, okay, I mean that's pretty poppin', I guess. Well, that's not even the darkest. That's just, oh geez. I don't know, I'm curious. Let's see if we can make it work. Maybe she's like some kind of showgirl type thing. Bright red lips, the eyes. It still seems like a bit much to me, if I'm honest. That seems to be a lot better. That seems to be even nicer! Yay! So let's get rid of the accessories there. I mean, I don't mind this outfit so much as I do the fact that, oh, that's poppin'. I like that. Ooh, I like that even more. Oh my gosh, I really like that. Okay, get rid of those bracelets really quick. Let's find some nice flats. Let's see. Red goes with these. White goes with these. So does yellow. Yellow kind of goes with these. These are kind of a gray. These are a cream. Oh, the cream really does go. Okay. I like that. Oh. I'm loving that. I like that. Okay, we're going with that. Cool. All right, swimwear. Oh, geez. Every time. Every single time. Why do you gotta do this to me, girl? Why? Why? Alright, let's get some sunglasses on her. I'm feeling these big white ones. Yeah, she's almost like a blue-haired Marilyn Monroe or something, you know? I like that.
Ah.
Cute. Cute. That's pretty nice, I guess, but I feel like that's almost more stylish, don't you? No, that kind of goes a lot better. Get rid of all that jewelry. You don't take that to the pool, you could lose it. Okay, perfect. There we go. So now we just need to work out her, just skills here. So to start with, we can pretty much have any aspiration that we want. The sim wants to have a family that succeeds in life. Okay. So we're definitely gonna have that. Successful lineage, we know that much. So she's a bit domestic. Good, good, good. Let's see. Do 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 do. Ba 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 da ba dow. We're definitely gonna want creative. Ooh, I feel like. I think. Ooh, what else do we want? Family oriented, yeah. Oh, look at your family. You love it so much. It's gonna be a good time. Let's maybe neat. Maybe neat's the way to go. I feel like neat is a good bet right there. So we have our sim. They are definitely young adult, which is part of the rules. They have to be young adult. We can have any, you know, pretty much anything we want for them. The only two things that they must be of young adult, check, and they must be the only person in the household, check. So we need to move our family, our little sim here, onto a lot, and there's some specific rules with that particular lot that we have to move them to. So I'll get to that in just a quick second once we get over there. I want to save this first, upload it, that sort of thing. Right, so I think this is the 64 by 64 lot, but we need to do something specific in order to move them onto this lot. Now there's some specific, like there's a bunch of rules that I'll have to go over. We'll have to move them to this lot here, and then we'll have to move them over to yet another lot. So the original rules state a 50 by 50 lot, but there is a, if you want to start with a 64 by 64, and I think that's the biggest lot in the game, and I kind of want the space, even though there might be no way we could like use all of that space. I want it nonetheless, is what I'm trying to get at here. But yeah, so there's some specific things we need to do. Let's go ahead and do this. Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna need to bulldoze this lot really quickly. We need to evict this family, and we need to, yes, goodbye. Also, I want your lot. So we're gonna need to bulldoze this whole thing. The whole 9 yards. Alright, so we have 8,000 simoleons left, but we actually need to get it down to as little as possible. To put that simply, we've got to get it down to basically nothing, the simoleon count. So we need to buy, like, points of anonymity. Yeah, I don't know. I can't spell. Hold on, let's try that again. Anonymity. There we go. Point of anonymity. Oh, goodness sakes, I can't speak. So we need to buy 2 of these. Check. And then we need to buy a Von Vergen trap. Yep, this thing. Alright, cool. So now we're down to basically 1,800. Now, we have something else we've got to buy as well. There is the Knight of the Octagon table. Where is he? Oh no, we don't have it. Oh no. Goodness gracious. We can't get it. Okay, well, I think it still counts. Let's see. We need to have those 3 items in our inventory, and we start the challenge as usual with the standard. Okay, so we still have the same, like, amount of cash we would start with otherwise, but this is pretty much where we are, in terms of, you know, the lot. We don't have, oh wait, there we go. We have the mailbox right here. Look at this sad little mailbox right here. Which way is the front of our lot, if I'm honest? I'm not sure. Is it like that? Move lot. I'm guessing that's it. Okay, well, we did it. Alright, so let me actually change the name of this. The Nebula Estate. Mwahahaha. Mwahahaha. Alright, so I think penny pixels, let's see. It doesn't state anything about this sort of thingamabob, so we're definitely going to pick a few of these just so that we can do some stuff. We can at least do a little bit better at some things and do our very best. Alright, so the next little tidbit before we kind of try and build, like, get ourselves some other stuff, I just want to go over is basically the succession laws. If you don't know what how the Legacy Challenge works, is that we're basically having children, and then we're, you know, one of those children becomes the next main sim of the house, and they continue the family on, and the idea is to get the family succession, like, down 10 generations. It's kind of insane, if you ask me. But, yeah, the founder will eventually die, believe it or not, so, well, 10 generations from now, I'm sure your legacy will live on. Ha 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 ha. Alright, so there are a few different ways to choose the next heir once we have her married with children, etc., etc. So there are different gender laws, bloodline laws, heir laws, species laws. There's a lot. Let's put it that way. So I've chosen, so in terms of gender, I've decided to go with the equality route. The next founder can be of either gender. Both boys and girls are eligible for the title of heir. So, yeah. So both boys and girls, no matter what, you know, gender of child she has, they're eligible for the next heir. So it can be either or, you know, that sort of thing. There's other, like, different laws that we could go by. There's quite a few, but I've already gone, for the sake of time, I've gone through and I've chosen pretty much what I want to go with, if that makes sense. Alright, so for the bloodline law, I've chosen traditional, because the others, you know, they seemed a bit, you know, all over the place. So children who are naturally born from the previous generation are eligible to be named heir. Adopted children are ineligible to be named heir unless they are no naturally born children, at which point they are eligible for that generation. So I didn't want to make it so like we could just adopt a child and have an heir, although, you know, sometimes adoptions happen, that's fine. Basically, I didn't want to make it super duper easy and just adopt children, that sort of thing. Obviously, there is the element of, you know, raising the child from a baby all the way to an adult. That is, you know, a little bit difficult, etc., etc. I didn't want to make it super duper easy that way. But I also, in the case that I had a family that I didn't maybe want to have children with, and we decided we wanted to do an adoption type thing, I decided that we would go with that. Now, I don't know if we'll actually, like, come across, you know, adoption unless we have the heirs, to, like, 2 females or 2 guys, you know, whatever, that sort of situation. Like, if that's their partner, that sort of thing, then, yeah, we can't have any naturally born children, obviously. But we can adopt in that scenario. I just wanted to leave the option open at the very least. I didn't want to have, like, the strict traditional or, you know, the strict foster, etc., etc. Next up, we have the heir law. Mwahahaha. Now, this is the super duper exciting bit that I really like. So for this part, I've chosen the democracy route. So this rule, it is so cool. So the heir is chosen by your viewers among the pool of eligible heirs. So guys, how the next heir is going to be chosen is going to be up to you. You guys will choose out of, like, whatever children she has, you will choose the next heir. So we'll have once we have, like, like at least like 2 or 3 children born into the household, I'll go ahead and put a vote up on whatever episode that ends up being, and you guys will be able to vote for which child becomes the next heir of the household. So I figured I saw that and I was really excited about that because I love seeing you guys get involved with the series, and I think it's going to be really, really neat to see which heirs you guys choose for the entirety of the series. So yeah, it's going to be up to you guys. It's going to be great. I'm excited. Now I'm considering ignoring the whole alien route. Bum 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 ba. Don't necessarily need to have the aliens in the series. If it just so happens to happen, then it happens. But other than that, I didn't want to be too, like, crazy involved and go, yes, we must have aliens, or, whatever. Or, the vampires thing. If it happens that we happen to, like, get married to an alien or something, or, a vampire for that instance, then yeah, we'll have aliens in the generation, but, I'm just not gonna even just bother. It's just gonna happen. Alright, so just to finish going over the rules, that's how the succession thing is, and just to go over that's equality, traditional, and democracy. You guys choose. So we have equality, equal chances of boys and girls becoming the next heir. We have traditional, which means that adopted and naturally born children can be the next heir. And of course, democracy, you guys, the viewers, will choose the next heir. Now, moving on to the basic gameplay rules. There are no cheats or mods or anything like that. There's none of that business. The create a sim stuff, like the, that sort of thing, is fine, but anything that could help them, along in the challenge, that's against the rules completely, okay? So no mods that make it super duper easier to gain points this way. Yeah, no, we can't have that. So we can't restart the game after, like, bad events. Unfortunately, if it happens, it happens. Dun 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 dun. We can't move or merge any other Sims into the legacy family with the exceptions of the spouses, The legacy family must remain on the same lot for the duration of the challenge. Haha! We can develop our house, of course, because we have nothing right now. We can import rooms into the house as long as we pay full price for them, but yeah, etc., etc. A sim may utilize anti-aging item once in their lifetime. That includes the youth potion or milking the cow plant. Any cheats that, like, freeze it, we've gotta not do that. We're not allowed to freeze the aging or anything like that. We can't change the sim's current aspiration, with the exception of when they fully complete an aspiration. When that happens, we can choose a new aspiration as long as they've already completed, that sort of thing. So we can't change this from successful lineage at all. We're stuck with it. Yay! We can't bring a sim back from the dead. We can plead with the Reaper in order to save a recently dead sim, but we cannot bring them back from the dead. We can't move or marry out the sim who currently holds the title of heir. They have to stay on this lot. Wow, I can't speak. We have all the other children, right? They may move out. So any child that's just not an heir, we can move them out. But once a sim moves out, they are no longer eligible to be heir. If the conditions change that make them the rightful heir, they're still not eligible. So, like, if for some reason the heir that we choose dies suddenly, we can't bring those other sims that we've moved off back. So we're probably gonna have to keep the other children and stuff on the lot for a while, just to make sure the other heir can completely take over, because we don't want to risk having a death happen, and that would be very unfortunate. This is the only family we are allowed to play. We can't move in new families in the neighborhood during the challenge. They can be our friends if we move any into the thing, but we cannot play them. So yeah, this is the only one in this save game. We are allowed to follow any sims to their jobs if we have to get the work stuff. That's fine. The wishing well from The Sims Romantic Gardening Pack can only be used once per sim in their lifetime. Okay, once. Once a sim in the Legacy family uses their one wish, they may no longer use the wishing well again during their life. So use that one wish wisely. So we have the option for that one wish. But I've seen how how just random those wishes can be. If you have The Sims 4 city living and marry in a spouse that has the city native aspiration, we can use the random trait generator writer to get them a new aspiration and ignore whatever traits it gives you. You're only changing, yeah. So we can keep the traits, but we'll have to change the city native thing, which is fine. We can change that. Now, a little point here, if we do have an alien or a vampire, we can have the alien or vampire founder stuff or heirs, but if we start with a vampire founder or heir, the vampires are immortal. We have to decide what to do with the older generations. We could kill them off, or we can just move them somewhere. I don't know, but we might not come across that problem, but who knows. Any sim in the household can be set as a toddler's caretaker. All objects with the toddler update are legacy legal. That's the last rule there, but we do have some spouses that we need to go over. So, spouses may not bring in any money with them when they move in and marry into the family. We can merge townies into families and then prior to moving them to make sure, or we can watch how much money they do bring in and then subtract it. So they can't come into the household with any money. So that's the only time, I think that's one of the only times that we are allowed to cheat, is if to like bring the money back down to what it should be. So yeah. So we will have to roll for, like, aspirations and traits and all that fun stuff. There is a thingamabob on the Legacy Rules site that we'll use for that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But, yeah. The ghosts shouldn't be used, really. We can't really invite ghosts back into the things. That's not really a big deal, but, yeah. We can't really have any ghosts in the family, unfortunately. We can use the death flower to, like, save someone from dying, but past that, we can't because we'll lose points. Now, there is a scoring system, family point category. You know, there's, like, 1 point for generation. This is where I kind of got a little bit confused, but I have a general idea of what it means. So, the family point category is the most simple of all. 1 point per generation. The point is gained when the current heir reaches young adulthood. The challenge ends the moment the 10th generation child is born. Since the child does not become a young adult, the 10th point needs to be earned by doing the following. The 10th point is obtained by having or adopting 10 children in a single generation. So the last generation that we have, in other words, like, the challenge ends the moment the 10th generation child is born. So I guess, like, the generation before that has to have, like, a lot of children. I'm a little bit confused on what that one means. If anyone knows anything and can help me understand that, let me know down below. It's all on the website. Like I said, I'll link it down below. So there's a creative thing. We can document and honor one's fallen ancestors and keeping the family legacy strong while family members live and die, blah, blah, blah. We have to memorialize the founders and heirs and their primary spouse for each generation. We get 1 point per generation for that. We can write a song, paint a portrait, comedy routine, write a biography about a sim, create a video game in honor of a sim, take a photo of a sim, which might be the easiest, I think. 9 points since the challenge ends. As soon as the 10th generation baby is born, a 10th point is earned by having a single sim complete 2 out of the 3 creative aspirations in their lifetime. So there's also fortune, love, knowledge, athletic, nature, food, popularity, deviance, handicaps, penalties, the whole 9 yards. You can go look it up on the website. It's quite a lot, if I'm honest. I didn't realize there was a scoring system to it when I first, when you guys were mentioning this series to me, this challenge. So I don't know how closely we will follow along with the point system. I'll do my very, very, very best to try and keep up with the point system, but I'll probably end up needing your guys' help for the most part. And yeah, so Whew, that's that. I have a feeling we'll just keep it going. It's quite hard. It's really, really hard. So we get points based on money. That'll be really nice. We get points based on love. Free unique traits we bring into the family. That'll be kind of interesting. Knowledge, getting 3 skills to match max level. Good times. Athletic, 1 aspiration completed. Yeah. I think that's what that is. Nature, 1 collection completed. So if we want to go collecting, that's something. There's food. We can, you know, buy a bunch of stuff. Popularity. There's a bunch of medals and all that fun stuff for parties. Deviance, we get potions of youth. The deviance one, we can buy potions of youth, and we can store them in a room that they will never have any access to, and they'll never get to drink them. And we get points for that. Yep. For however many we want to buy, we get points for that. Isn't that fun stuff? So there are penalties. Let me go over those just really quickly. We lose a point every time the power is shut off due to unpaid bills. We lose a point every time the plumbing is shut off due to unpaid bills. And we lose a point for every infant taken away by social services. Pretty straightforward. Like I said, over and over again, you guys can go look it up if you need to. It is fairly straightforward, and I've lost my spot for the most part. But this is where we are. That's amore. Yep, we're here. We're rocking. We're rolling. And we're almost just about out of time for this introduction episode. So I'm thinking of having her painting because I happen to know that we need a toy as well. That happens to be the easiest to buy, I guess. We're gonna need to make like the simplest little hut, basically. We can't really make anything that's really nice, unfortunately, so we'll just a children's wastebasket. It just keeps getting sadder and sadder. Oh man, there are no words. Is there anything that we need that we're immediately forgetting? Surfaces? No. Plumbing? No, we've pretty much got everything that we can afford at the moment. Well, we can use a sink. Well, we need to make sure we have enough to paint. But, yeah, so this is the start of our legacy. It's not much, but it's something! Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this introduction to the Legacy Challenge. I hope you guys are excited for this, because I know I sure am. Yay! It should be something. It should be interesting. But again, thank you guys so much for suggesting it. I can't wait, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye!